What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goze checking in here on a Tuesday. Today we get to chat with Bantamweight, UFC Bantamweight, Kyler Phillips. He's got a matchup against Pedro Munhoz, and it's coming up at UFC 299 in about a month. How you doing, Kyler?
I'm doing great, man. Just working out, training, and getting better every day.
All right. So you're facing a tough guy, man. He's been around for a while, Pedro Munhoz. I know you always prepare for the best version of that opponent. But what do you really think of Pedro Munhoz? Has he lost a step? Do you think he's the same? Do you think he's gotten better with age? How do you assess him overall just from probably watching him fight all these years?
I think he still has that good, strong mentality, and he's always been in that top 10, top 5, and he's always been a force. So this guy's just in the way of my goals and dreams, and I just got to get him out of the way.
Mm-hmm. You before your last fight, you hadn't fought in a while, and now you're turning it around quicker than that. But still, you took a little bit of time. What kind of a pace do you like if everything was ideal, whether the matchmakers are offering you fights and your health stays good? How many fights a year or maybe over 2 years would you like to have?
Three if possible. 4. I haven't had a lot of fights like that, but yeah, in the for the next few years, it would be awesome to be able to get at least 3 in every single year. So that's my goal.
This is the most stacked division, in my opinion. I wouldn't say top to bottom because there's obviously way more lightweights and welterweights, but like the first 20 or 30, man, I just loved anytime you just reach into a bowl and pull out 2 names. What do you think? Do you think bantamweights are the number one deepest at the top division in all of MMA? Would you agree with me?
It's very deep, but also too just that body type, like somebody at that weight that cuts down around 235 pounds is going to be fast, strong, very exciting, very balanced. So there's a lot of people and competitive and like in that weight class that's just at a pretty high level. Those guys, even if you go like with a 25er, those guys are faster, a lot like Mighty Mouse, moving a lot. And then bigger guys obviously are going to have, more power. So it's cool to train with all types of guys, but I would definitely say 35s, is a force. That weight class is definitely super high level.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're doing this interview and you said you're, I think, in between workouts or whatever, but then you look at your Instagram and it looks like you're talking to a whole other guy. Do you even worry about appeal to fans or whatever? I mean, you have a good look, brother. I'll give you props. And I imagine the ladies are like, I'm going to root for that guy. But what do you think about all this? Do you even worry about the, marketing yourself a certain way or anything? Or is it just about throwing them hands on fight night?
Just being authentic, man. I'm a fighter. I'm a real fighter. I'm a martial artist. And if I want to look good, if I want to dress good, I'm going to do that. If I want to be flashy sometimes, cool. I want to keep it calm and collected and chilled, and that's what I'll do. Just whatever I want to do, I do it. And that's just who I am.
The late Elias Theodoro, I'm not sure if you're very familiar with him, but he kind of pulled off both. He pulled off both. He had I think he even had a hair sponsorship, like hair product sponsorship. He used to be a ring guy at Invicta, but then if you look, I think he was 8-3 in the UFC. He had a great overall record. He was able to pull it off. You're Kyler Phillips. I get that, but do you see a little bit of the same? You two, I guess.
Just another human with long hair. I mean, dude. I know you're trying to say I'm good looking, but nah, I got longer hair, so yeah. Didn't he's the one that passed away?
Yeah, I said the late Elias Theodoro. It was about a year and a half ago or something like that. It was really sad. It came out of nowhere. He didn't tell anyone he was fighting an illness.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah. To be clear, I'm not sure I said you're good looking, but I did see you have a good look. So you're definitely better looking.
Look, this guy already knows.
You're definitely better looking than me. I'll give you that. Kyler Phillips, fighting Pedro Munhoz at UFC 299. It's coming up, folks, in about a month, in Miami. Goze, what do you have for our guest?
Kyler, I kind of want to get inside of your mindset during a fight. What I've noticed from you is you're almost like a mosquito, man. 1 second you're attacking here, then you're attacking there. You have a very good blend of like throwing that leg kick, throwing your hands, going in for that takedown. It's got to be a nightmare to have you in front of me if I'm fighting you. What is the mindset during the fight? Like, how do you kind of keep things clear enough to be able to do that?
Trying to keep your mind and body and spirit balanced all together. That's what breathing and focus, and then also just through training. It's not just going to happen at the fight. The way you train is the way you fight, and it's got to be more of a lifestyle. The way that you practice at the gym, the way that you shadow box, the way that you speak, the way that you kind of just, it's just kind of who I am, and it's just a display of the different layers and different dimensions of my character and of my beliefs and of my skill set. So yeah, it just kind of shows that, and it's really cool to be able to put out my energy that way.
I've seen you slow a couple people down with leg kicks and calf kicks. When you land the first couple and they still haven't been checked, do you almost start to salivate a little bit, knowing that, hey, if I can just keep this going, this dude's going to get chopped down eventually?
Yes, I mean, a leg kick's definitely on somebody, especially like a heavy puncher. But anything, man, whether it's a body's open or if there's a hole in pressure or in a hole and just you being able to move and counter, I just like to attack that weakness and to use my strengths. And my opponent, he's got some good leg kicks too, so we'll be ready for that.
Outside of the common goal of trying to win this fight, what would you say is the major goal here in this fight and also in 2024, because you're getting this one in pretty early?
Yeah, just stay focused for the full 15 minutes and just be ready and focus, and when the time comes, you just take it, whatever they give you, and continue to put a lot of pressure and elements so that you can make them give you what you want, and that's just ultimately to win.
Your gym has got a lot of killers, and especially kind of around your weight class. What is it like to train with some of these guys? And who would you say is like the one guy when he walks through the door that today is going to be on fire? This guy's showing up.
Some of the funny ones though is Ben Henderson, because when he puts on his song, Our God, and then he like just starts pacing back and forth, and he's just staring at whoever he's going to spar. Like when he's got a fight coming up, it's pretty scary. A lot of people have energy. People have different energies about him. Marcus McGee's more like he's gonna come to bang, but he's gonna do it in almost like a rhythmic, kind of fun, dancey way, and he just doesn't stop moving. He's fast. And Sugar has his way of doing things. Mario and Jared Cannonier, he's got that kind of stoic energy about him, but hungry and very, it's hard to explain, but yeah, everybody's got their own little energy, and it's cool to cross paths with all these people and sharpen iron with them, and yeah, it's awesome.
George told you were good looking. I told you you're an amazing fighter. This is getting out of hand here. Why don't you be your own harshest critic? What is it that you think that you feel you need to work on this year in your game?
Just staying focused and keep getting stronger, faster, cardio, and being mentally sharp. That's it. Just doing what I do, doing my way, and which is hard work and putting myself in uncomfortable situations, for all of us, mentally, physically, and just keep growing. As long as we're growing, we're straight.
So Kyler, back in 2017, you fought a gorgeous George just like me.
Yeah,
My
I heard
last
that
name,
when I heard it.
my last name's also Garcia. So we're
Okay.
identical, that guy and I.
Yeah,
And you finished him in the first round. At least let me know that we put up a fight that night. Well, do you remember that fight?
yeah, that guy was tough. That was my third pro fight, and he had a couple finishes at that lights out promotion, and yeah, those are some cool fights. And he had a mustache, big mustache and beard, and then I hope he trained at Sexton's Muay Thai or something. I think he had some good fights after that, and then I'm not sure where he is now, but yeah, tough kid.
How do you want to build off this win? You know, you also have Yadong Song on your hit list, or not hit list, but skin on the wall. We'll say he's in the past, and beating Pedro Munhoz would be very impressive. Raoni Barcelos is a vet. How do you think this catapults you into that logjam of this division that we gave praise to, the Bantamweight division? Where would you think this leaves you?
Well, that brings me around the top 10. But wherever, man, I'm blessed to be able to have opportunity like this and showcase my hard skills and my mentality as a fighter and do what I've always been doing since I was young. And I love challenges, man. I love a little challenge, and all it is the next step. You know, wherever that next step leads me, I don't have to focus too much on 3 steps, but sometimes we could take a step and look forward to that second one. So, but yeah, we're gonna climb a mountain, man. We're gonna go all the way to the top, and then once we get there, we'll see ourselves kind of around the world, and from there, I can just keep climbing and keep hiking.
Were you a young when you were a younger fella? Were you a scrapper as well?
Yeah, I've always been competing and having challenges. My dad always had me go against kids, and then jiu-jitsu as well, and wrestling, and just brawling with random people all the time.
Because it seems like now you're a real calm fella. Like you wouldn't get down on the streets or anything like that.
This is when I was a kid, though. It wasn't really like street stuff. It was just like I would be challenged. My dad would challenge me against the kids at the park playing football, or at this party or something. I'd choke some kid out, And a lot of times too, like even back then, people don't know jiu-jitsu, and especially in some suburbs in California. So you take somebody down and choke them, they don't even know how to tap. So it's like, yeah, it's cool to be able to use my mentality though at a young age and be able to do that to bigger kids. And
you get your genes from your dad, your athletic genes, or did mama have some good genes too?
They both do. They both have really good characteristics mentally, and hard work where they come from, and also like IQ. My dad's pretty smart, so yeah, I love my parents. They've always helped me. They can be hard sometimes, especially I got 3 little brothers, and I want to just set the example for them. And it's cool to be able to be a big brother. And I got my sister. She's older than me, so she's about to be a doctor. She's in a doctorate program.
Wow.
And
Do
then
they want
my
to?
little brother, he's killing it, wrestling. He's about to graduate high school. And then Connor and Cole, Cole's massage therapist. Connor's gonna go to school and do some things. So yeah, man, family, good family.
So maybe one of the 3 wants to pursue possibly fighting, like Big Brother Kyler.
Yes, of course Cameron wants to, but he's so smart. He got 4.6 GPA. I'm like, go to school a little, and then just see how you like it.
Yeah.
He's bigger too. He'll be probably a welterweight or something.
Mm-hmm. And last question: did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, a lot of things, just a bunch of stuff.
They're gonna remain a secret, it seems like.
I mean, you try a lot of things like soccer and
Okay, there you go.
water polo, diving, swimming, wrestling.
No shit. You did the like a 10-meter dive, or what kind of
A
dive?
little bit, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
Then some breakdancing when I was younger, doing some like flips and stuff, going to gymnastics gym. Those are like little hobbies. So,
All right.
yeah.
Well, we like to find out other stuff about fighters as well as focusing on the fight. Look, 299 is stacked. The card is stacked, right? And then we got a title fight in your division, probably your homie.
Yeah, I just saw a figure yesterday.
And then the fact that the division is just popping, but at the same time, I don't know, man. From one week to the next, if they just shuffle 12 fights at us, here you go. And then when that's done, here's 12 more. And I think as media, we need to try and find out a little bit more about the fighters themselves. It's great that you decided to take us up on the interview, and just find out more. But that's pretty cool to hear you used to break dance, play soccer, dive. Like that'll allow other people that do the same to go, oh man, I used to do that, So I appreciate you answering the questions, man.
Yeah, of course. I gotta throw this. I'm at 1%, so I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, don't sweat it. I think we got enough. We really enjoyed chatting with you. Thank you for the time.
For sure. All right, brother.
All right, I'll see you.